Joining me now is California Congresswoman Sydney Kamlager-Dove. She's a member of the House Foreign Affairs and Judiciary Committees, and I was just in your district. The district says hello.
Hello, district.
So, Congresswoman, you were also on the steps today of the Capitol. And I forgot to ask the senator this, but what were people saying there who came out?
Well, first, I want to say how much of an honor it has been to be on your show. I, too, am going to steal a cup, and I am looking forward to joining you in the next iteration of your fight for truth in journalism.
Thank you.
I was on the steps with so many amazing people, including Leader Jeffries and Senator Cory Booker, and we were talking about what America wants to hear. And America wants to hear us fighting for and protecting Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. America is afraid of these tariffs. America is afraid of the unconstitutionality of this administration, the lack of governance, the lack of competence coming out of this administration. And America wants us to fight back. To fight back when we go back on Monday and to push against this cruel and heartless series of budget bills that we will be asked to vote on.
I want to play for you what Senator Byron Donalds said today.
Oh, dear.
Right. on Fox.
You can't even get it out.
I can't, because I must show it. Just play the man.
The Democrats don't have a plan. They don't even have a leader. What they have is outrage. What they have is anger. I just had a town hall, and they were more concerned about screaming about government efficiency as opposed to having solutions to making sure that we're spending the people's money appropriately.
So I inadvertently gave him a promotion. He is Congressman Byron Donalds of Florida. But what do you make of what he had to say? All Democrats have is outrage. Isn't the outrage justified?
Anybody with a working brain is outraged at what this administration is doing. You have folks that are have the wrong people in their signal chats and on their phones. You have cabinet members that are more interested in cosplay than they are in finding and supporting the Constitution. And you have Republicans who are running from their constituents, not attending town halls, and not talking about the truth. And the truth is they passed a multi-trillion-dollar tax cut to only service the billionaires and the millionaires. And they have to back that up with cuts to Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. On top of rising costs of eggs and gas. I can't tell you how many times I go to the grocery store, and if the eggs are $15, they're either $15 or they're not on the shelves. So I don't know what he's talking about, what reality he is living in, but anyone with a working brain should be outraged at the level of illegality and unconstitutionality that this administration is working with.
Well, let me ask you the same question I asked Senator Klobuchar, and that's that stunning poll number from the Washington Post that showed 69% of those surveyed said that the Democratic Party is, quote unquote, out of touch. That's more than Trump. Folks say that Trump is out of touch, and more who say the Republican Party is out of touch. 69%. That's kind of overwhelming. How do you despite everything you've said, how do you change the perception in the minds of the electorate that Democrats aren't out of touch, but actually are right there on the front lines fighting for them?
I read the poll as saying that Americans are upset and they want immediate action and change. And we know that this is going to be a long, uncomfortable haul. We also know that there's not one single bullet that is going to change this. We are in the middle of a movement, and it takes all of us. We are fighting in the courts, we are fighting in the halls of Congress, and we are fighting in the community. But this is a series of battles that we have to engage in over time as we move to 26 and 28. What they're also saying is, make sure that you're not deporting U.S. citizens and 2-year-old babies that are fighting cancer. Make sure that you're not trying to arrest and deport students that are on campus trying to exercise their First Amendment rights. Make sure that you're not having my grandmother killed because you're trying to cut Social Security. Do something now. And what we're saying is we're using the courts, we're using Congress, and we're using the voices of the community. And nothing is going to happen overnight, but Democrats are in it for the long haul, and we are going to continue to tell the truth.
it is Sunday, and you just preached a sermon. Where's my church fan? Congresswoman Sydney Kamlager Dove of the great state of California, thank you, as always, for coming to this Sunday show.